Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ragnar and welcome to the Gamers Codex, and today I'm going to show you guys how to mine spice or, well, flower sand. I'm guessing you don't need to get flower sand where there are worms anymore if you looked at my previous videos, but I'm going to show you guys how to get spice without spawning the worm. So first of all, this is not an exploit or anything, it's just the way you farm and the way people farm in general. It's more along the lines of you go out, you take out your compactor and you start shooting. Once the worm comes out, then you get in your ship and you fly up and down. So we are going to change the order of things a bit, where we are going to farm and then we're going to get in the ship and go up and down, and the worm should lose threat, meaning that we will be able to do that sequence without spawning the worm at all, because we lose threat before he actually comes out. Now there is a crash ship here. I am in Haga Basin. He's going to eat that ship there. There we go. So I'm going to mine in the flower sand area. Wow, this guy is on fire. Whew, you overcooked it, man. So yes, I'm going to be farming some flower sand, and hopefully I can do this in Haga. I have not tested it in Haga. I've been mostly doing this in the deep desert, and it's been working wonderfully in the deep desert. I have done 2 medium spice fields where the worm spawned once because there was a crash ship close by, and he did aggro me, but then he immediately went and ate the crash ship. The second time I pushed it a bit too far and I also got 1 spawn on the worm. So that's, yes, that's about 14 to 15,000 spice with only spawning the worm once. For each of the spice fields. So in Haga it might be a little bit different because the worms here, I don't know, it feels like they're a little bit more aggressive. Here's the worm. So also what you can consider is or need to know that even if you do spawn the worm once and keep on doing this method, the worm will lose interest and it will go away. It's not like you will attract the worm and then it will start its normal spawn cycle on you. It actually makes the worm go away. So I'm doing this in full gear and I'm gonna show you guys, here we go, how I do it. So I go down, get out, shoot a few times. So usually you will mine until it's full. You can do it whichever way you want. You can shoot first and then you can go up. See, now we're just going and we're losing the thread, and down again. This way you don't have to wait for the spawn animation to finish, and then we pick this up. So I'm just doing flower sand. I hope this works. So I am using an MK4 compact compactor, which does generate less threat, but people in my guild that I have told this about can mine with... Oh goodness, okay, that's the spice field. I'm just gonna lose threat again. See if we can see the worm. Up and down we go. So this is all I do. Gonna shoot a few more times. I hope that guy doesn't spawn the worm. So like I said, I pushed it a little bit too far on one of the spice fields. Oh, there, I'm full. So I tend to go up and I store the items while I'm up. So you can just go into your inventory, store the spice, the sand, and go back down. And you can also quick deposit by using the quick deposit icon right there. So up and down we go, and that guy is probably going to spawn the worm. And you can get the idea behind what I'm doing right now. I also have a way that I am that I mine medium spice fields where I start in the middle. Let's take the sand. I'll go up and I'll show you. Let's just drink some water. Okay. So I can keep on doing this until the spice is all gone. So this also helps you that, like, let's say there's more better spice on the other side, so you can just reshuffle your ship. So what I usually do is I go in the middle. My first landing is in the middle, and I just make a nice big circle around me for the first one. So let's imagine this is a medium spice field, so there should be a big hole now in the middle. Wait, I'm full. So what I would do now is I would look for the big spice field in the middle. Deposit it. I would land in the middle, for example. And then what I would do is I will run out and make a line. And then on the way back, I will make a line again. Now, if you have the right equipment, you can start picking up the line. I'm gonna push it. See there, the worm spawns, but it's not aggroed on me. But I'm not gonna risk it. Never risk it, you never know the worm. So... let me just quick deposit this. So the worm is moving around. In Haga they are more aggressive, so if you want to be testing this in Haga, I would not suggest. I would go straight for the deep desert to do this in the deep desert. It really does work wonders. It really works. So now you had this line out. Now I would just go down a different line. Do 5 shots or whatever, and then on my way back. Now, if you have basic gear, now you can take off and land. If you have the soft step boots, you can probably pick this up as you go. This is a bit stretching it. I'm stretching it now. Yeah. See, I'm stretching it a bit there. So if you have the soft step boots, you can just make a line out and back in, out and back in. And that's how I like to do the medium spice fields. So I make the circle in the middle and then move lines out to the edges and back in. That for me, I found it's the quickest way. So you don't have to move much because you just take off and land immediately in the same spot. Take off and land immediately in the same spot. And yeah, like I said, this is way faster because doing it this way, you don't actually have to wait for the worm to come out, despawn, check where the worm is going. The worm is going a bit crazy. I think someone else is here for me. So yeah, and sometimes you have to wait for the worm to you know, swim or crawl through the spice field, and you have to wait. Also, another thing that is very important about spawning the worm or not spawning is that if you are in the deep desert, you don't want to be noticed, right? You're mining spice on your own, you're minding your own business. And the worm is extremely loud when it comes out, and you can hear the worm from very far away. So there might be PvPers that's somewhere that hears the worm and they're like, oh, okay, let's go over there. Another thing that you might have noticed is that you can see the worm on the minimap when it comes out. Also, you can see it on the map, and you can see it from quite far away. So yesterday I was the day before, I was checking, and I could see a worm spawn in another block of in a completely different block in the deep desert. Like, I'll just show you. Let's just spawn this worm. There we go. So he's not angering on me. I think there's someone there. But you can see there, see, you can see on the mini map, there he is. And if I open the map, there it is. You can actually see it, and you can see it from quite far away. So by not spawning the worm, you're not attracting attention from the players. You're not attracting like possible PvP scenarios. And yeah, that is a very good indication for the PvPers to show that you're there or there's someone there. And this just kind of sidesteps that whole scenario. So yeah, I'm going to be also making some other videos on how I outrun the worm with my suspensor belt and show you guys how far you can actually go on the sand without the worm attacking you. And yeah, and perhaps I have another way of making money, and I've been making quite a bit of money. I'm only on 3.2 million at this point in time, but hopefully I will be higher soon. But yeah, so it is a little bit hard making videos on this game that is not exploits, because there is so many exploits. But yeah, I'm trying to find some more content for you guys that is interesting and informative. I might be switching over to doing videos on Grounded 2, I believe will be coming out soon, and I really enjoy that game as well, and it's a more linear game, which is fun, so I'll be doing videos on that as well. Yeah, but that's it for me for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.